What's going on, Capricorn? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Cap, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Cause it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, it's getting groovy every time there, Cap. I'm really starting to get these dance moves kind of locked down here. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force your reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cap. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. Before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Alright, look at you, Cap. And in case of y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching their, Cap, so check them out. Very cool energies that they bring, very nice vibes, so I think you like them as well. But let's go ahead and talk about you, because you got one of your cards, the 7th card of you, which is the 4th row card. Got some decisions to make here, Cap, because this is a card of direction change, options, free will choice, opportunity, alternatives, multiple choice, the moment of truth, crisis, possibilities, turning point, and change in circumstances. And the energy that's coming through here, Capricorn, is a free will choice. And, you know, I kind of feel like, and I know how this is going to sound, Cap, but hang with me. Because I feel that sometimes when we think about, I'm just thinking about like when we're in those situations where kind of like, where it feels like life is kind of forcing our hand, when it's like we either got to do this thing or that thing, and then it's just like, that's it. It's like there doesn't feel like there's any sort of choice or that the universe is against us or something along those lines. But the thing with when I feel like, I forgot there was another sign I was talking with about this, but where there are some times where I feel like we may feel like we can't control a situation. We can, and I tell Cancer about this, your opposite sign, my sun sign's in Cancer. And I tell them that it's like we may not be able to control a situation, but we can control how we feel about it, and then take that energy to help us navigate through whatever is going down. Because no matter where we're doing or what we're doing in life, there's gonna be some dark times and there's gonna be some light times. You know, there's gonna be positive and negative energies that are coming through here. But it's remembering that those negative energies that fuel us towards those light energies, but that also we can, it's like we can choose. This is very deep, Cap. I feel like we're about to get into this, because this feels to me that maybe for some it's like we might be looking at like our circumstances or something, and maybe it just feels like all of this is kind of been, maybe feels like it's all been kind of just thrusted upon you, or that it's just like, you know, it's just been just like a lot that's been happening. But what has led up to this situation right here, right now, and I know how this may sound sometimes, especially if we're not in a more ideal situation at the moment, but what led us to this moment here are the choices that we've made in the past. And that's not to say that you deserve what's going down if we're feeling like you've been feeling down or anything along those lines. Is that it's a reminder that we have been making decisions up until this point, and then we're still going to be making more in the future. But I feel like there's something here about like that present moment where it's like when we're really in a thing, you know, it's let me get some cards on this, Cap, and let me see if I can find some better words for this, because I'm kind of at a loss here for that. Like it's, let's see what we got here, Capricorn. Okay, so you have the interesting. So you have the Ace of Coins, the Two of Coins, and the Justice card in reverse here. And then we have the Three of Swords and the Three of Cups upright. And this is kind of what I was feeling. Like, it's with the Justice card. This can be a card of cause and effect. And I feel that it's especially if we're feeling like we're not in an ideal situation right now, it's what has happened that has led up to this point. Could there have been something that we could have been doing differently, in a sense? Maybe it's like, I wish I had a good example, Capricorn, because it's like, could we have, if we notice, let's say if we've been, no, I don't want to put that out there. I almost feel like that if we've been, especially if we've been kind of maybe just kind of hurting here, Capricorn, as a late, or just been feeling not been in the best of spirits, or maybe even the best of mindsets or something. It's like, because it almost feels like there's this just like, it's like almost like an asking of like, how did we get to this point, or how did things end up here, or something along those lines. And again, I know how this is going to sound, but that is a good time to celebrate, because those are the questions that we ask ourselves because I feel like a lot of the times we spend a lot looking for answers outside of ourselves, when really a lot of this stuff wouldn't be able to happen if it weren't for us, Capricorn. And I feel like that is an energy with the Three of Cups, a place to kind of celebrate a little bit, because it's like now we're wanting to change some things. We're tired of the scales being in the scales tipping against our favor. So it's like, what can we do? What's new kind of actions and seeds can we plant to get to this place where things are feeling more balanced, like you want them to be, to feel like you have more control in this journey here, Capricorn, because I can get where, especially if things haven't been going as well as we want, it's where we can get to this place of doubt and kind of feel like it's this, there's this disconnect that I feel like that happens, and the Three of Cups for me too, this is Mercury in Cancer, and I feel like it's making that kind of, when we start asking ourselves those questions, when we notice that we haven't been feeling right as of late, like, how can we take that energy and fuel that to something different, work with these energies a little because I feel that, I feel like it's easier to kind of see things when we're on that kind of light path, as far as like the choices that we made. It's just like, all right, now we're feeling good. And then, I don't know, it's like when this darkness happens, it's like, then it's harder to face because it's like, it's these little choices that we make, Capricorn, that do lead to these moments in time, but and then again, everything is happening in divine time, is happening for a reason, is happening for your, I mean, you came out here, so whatever this is happening for you. But I think I'm gonna move out of that. Yeah, I really hope that made sense, Capricorn. Let's get some tea, and let's get some more on this. Capricorn, your energy, if we have been feeling kind of, thank you. If we have been feeling kind of down, Saturn energy, your ruler, it can be tough because it takes time for that energy to develop, you know. And when we're feeling like life hasn't been going great and that like stuff has been taking a long time to come to fruition or something along those lines, we can, you know, that does get tough, you know. But I feel like that's in a, you know, because that's your energy is the devil in this deck and it's very unorthodox, but it's very much like how that toughness, these tough situations are, they're toughening you up, Capricorn, and they're making you into this, because Capricorns, I mean, you're the achievers of the zodiacs. You know, I know people sometimes kind of see Leo as kind of like the leaders, but I mean, come on, you know, that's a great moniker to have, and I feel like that it's, let that be a motivator. That one, it's where it may take a little bit, but you will get, things will start turning in your favor. It's not always all bad. It's, you know, the energies, even being mindful even of that too. You know, like when we label things good or bad, you know, that's these are experiences that we're going to. They're, you know, positive vibrations, lower vibrations. You know, it's. All right, but let's look. I like this because some growth's coming from this. You got the ninth card of Sagittarius here, which is ballet shoes card. And with this card, this is a card of stamina, endurance, talent, repetition, effort required, on your toes, honing a skill, laser focus, poise and grace, tread lightly, balancing act, pursuit of arts, and expertise. So the energy that's coming through here, Capricorn, is the tread lightly. And that's interesting. I almost feel like that it's not necessarily that we're just like, it's not like a being cautious energy per se. It's a, I feel like it's being more mindful, be more adaptable, more just kind of nimble is what I'm kind of getting with this energy here, with these choices that may be happening right now, or maybe these, with these situations that are coming up. They're really kind of testing your, that kind of like that mutable energy. You know, Sagittarius is being a mutable sign. It is not to say that you're rigid, Capricorn, but it is more so, I feel like it's being, because I'm just thinking with how ballerinas move and how they, the muscle kind of control that you need to do that type of art. And that's what it almost kind of feels like too. It's like we're treading softly, but it's like we're building, you're building this muscle, Capricorn, where it's like you're, I'm even getting this energy of like this. It's like what's happening is that there's this almost like this realization of like a as within so without, like just kind of looking at your surroundings and seeing like, I'm not sure. It's like the choices that maybe we've made as of late, how they've, and I don't, you know, however things may be balancing out, but if they're not in where you thought they would be, what moves can we do to change? You know, how can we? Let's get some tarot on this, Capricorn. Thank you. All right, Cap. Let's see what's going on here. It's not a moon energy been going around here as of late. But Cap, you have the Two of Cups and the Moon in reverse here, and then we have one of your cards, the Queen of Coins, upright. And I feel like you, with the Queen of Coins being here, it's like there's this energy that we are. I don't know. It's like I feel like that it's like everything that has happened up until this point in your time, in your, you know, in your life, Capricorn. Especially if we've been just kind of thinking about just where life has been as of late or how we've been doing things. It's like all of this stuff is, it's coming together in a way that you're. I feel like you're gonna start seeing how these life experiences and things have brought this sense of I don't know, has made you resourceful, has made you able to kind of tread lightly in these situations, to kind of move through, kind of do like how Queen of Coins does, to move through this, like, because Queen of Coins, she's, you know, the queens are intuitive, and she's intuitive in a way, being an earth sign. She feels where the energies are going, and then she invests in that type of stuff. She's the type that she knows she's I don't know. She knows how to. She's because I'm even just looking at. I don't know if you can see here, Capricorn, but there's this bee that's on this coin here, and I feel like the Queen of Coins. She's the type that is. She keeps it moving in the sense of like I don't know. It's like there's an energy here of just like we're resonating differently with these experiences, kind of seeing, making. Hmm. Let me get a little bit more with the Two of Cups, real quick, Cap. All right, Capricorn. So the Two of Cups is clarified by the, thank you, the Ten of Wands upright, and then the Seven of Wands in reverse. And with the Ten of Wands, this can feel like that. Maybe for some, it's like the experience that we've been going through has been burdensome. You know that it's been really kind of pushing us to the limit here, and we're kind of at our wall, and I don't know. There may even feel like there's this some sense of like we're almost getting to this like self-deprecating type of place here with the Seven of Wands, where we maybe just kind of, I don't know, it's like we're beating ourselves up, or that we're, I don't know, like just really criticizing ourselves, maybe real harshly, possibly. It might even be maybe even from some others, but I do feel like with the moon being here, that there is this realization that of like why all these, you know, just life experience and things have been happening up until this point. Like there's a really kind of a, yeah, kind of strong realization, and then I feel like that you're going to be able to take that, and I don't know, like it's even like past that, essentially raise the vibration, Capricorn, past that resonance around, and really help others not, because you know sometimes when bees come around, you know they sense that vibration, that fear, and then they, you know, their energies go all nuts. But it feels that it's teaching others that to even embrace that the calm, even when things don't feel like they're going their way, or our way, or something. It's still like you can still find the gold in this, Cap. But very interesting energy, Mark. And I hope you're hanging with me. But you know what though, Capricorn? Even just thinking about this stuff, you know, like because this does feel kind of like very spiritual what's going down here, and you're gonna probably be noticing that over these next 3 years. You know, with your ruler being in a very spiritual placement as Pisces. That's the moon card here, Pisces energy. And so, yeah, there's, you know, you're really in a very prime situation where, you know, your sign is a slow burn. It takes Saturn 3 years to go through each of the signs, but that gives you time to really learn the energy, to really figure out its resonance, what you need to learn from it, and then move on to the next one. You know, like that's because I mean, look at me, look at Cancer. You know, your opposite sign. We're all over the place sometimes. You know, with the moon moving around as much as she does, it's a lot. Sometimes it would be nice to kind of have to slow down a little bit and kind of not feel as much as we do all at once. But you know, it's the things that we learn from each other. You know, it's in the things we learn on this journey. But let's get your last oracle here. Oof. All right, I'm with it. And look at that, a little more expansion for the win. I like that. So you have the second card of Sagittarius, which is the dice card. And with this is a card of gamble, taking a risk, luck, playing games. Chances are, roll with it, random results, win, lose, uncertain outcome, playing the game, potential, fate, and what happens next. And interesting, the energy that's coming through here is the chances are. And I mean, if you ask me, Capricorn, chances are you're going to see all this stuff and why these experiences have happened to you. Even the ones that don't feel so great with the Three of Swords, even those ones, they bring a certain clarity. Like if we didn't have these dark times, there would be no light times, and vice versa. You know, it's And I feel like too, it's like when we get used to that, that waxing and waning of life, because that is I will say that is the one kind of nice perk of Cancer. It's like once we do get that energy kind of figured out, it where it can be a lot, you do just kind of learn to roll with it, and chances are you're gonna be just fine. And I know how that sounds, but it's and I don't mean to sound like overly optimistic or anything like that. I got a lot of Leo in my chart, so my enthusiasm through the roof. And just thinking with the Sagittarius energy that's kind of kind of surrounding yours here. Sagittarius can also be a sign of optimism, and I do feel like that chances are things do kind of work out. It's tricky sometimes, and we know we definitely need to get resourceful during this journey for sure. I mean, think about some of the situations you've gotten yourself into, and that you've gotten yourself out of, Cap, and it's gonna be it's like really is like chances are it's gonna happen again, and it's gonna happen again, and it's gonna happen again. And where that can be daunting, that it's not just focusing on the fact that it's just gonna be crap that's coming all the time, is that there's going to be reward as well. Life always balances out like that, with this justice card here. But I feel like one, it's got to be, we have to find that balance of that, almost like that acceptance within ourselves, so that we can, and then I really feel like that really unlocks that free will choice that we were talking about earlier, Cap. But let's get some tarot on this. Hmm. Alright, Capricorn. Let's see what else we have here. Last little bit. Oh, and there's your ruler. I love it. Saturn and Pisces. So you have the it was petty. So you got the Death card and the Page of Swords in reverse, and then you have the World and the Ten of Swords up right here, Cap. And let's switch back over, because I feel like for some, because Ten of Swords is intense. Ten of Swords keeps you stuck sometimes, because with its it changes your whole perception. Because Ten of Swords is like a card of betrayal, card of you're at your lowest there, you know. But this is the Ten of Swords is a sun in Gemini, and I bring that up because when you think about Gemini, it's that duality. They're air, being an air sign. They're being thinking with the mind, and it's all about seeing things from two perspectives. It's like we could either see this as, we're never gonna rise from this thing. Nothing's gonna change, and then we just stay there. Just kind of stagnant, or we process it. Because I'm not telling you not to feel this thing, Capricorn. That might be something too, because your sign can just kind of shut it off. Not like, it's not that you're not emotional, but it's just like when it's not conducive to what you need to do, you can switch it off a lot faster than a Cancer could. And I do feel that there might be somewhere it's like you could either stay there, or we can heal this thing, process this stuff, and then figure out how we're going to move forward. Because there's usually in like other like in the Rider White, for example, there's usually like a sunrise that's happening on there, to remind you that even when the sun sets, sometimes there's some darkness, it always rises again. And I feel like the sooner you kind of, once that, or not even the sooner, once that realization kind of comes in, because I feel like even with the Page of Swords here, it's like we know this idea, we know the concept, but it's just like it's that believing that as well, when we're kind of stuck in that sort of kind of transformative energy, that kind of intense, whatever this is that we may be kind of going through sometimes. But I mean, I even like this. Saturn came out upright, so I feel like it's like you're gonna get to the end of this cycle here soon, and that's even interesting too. Just thinking with the Three of Swords, Saturn in Libra. You got Saturn, the Justice card is in Libra, so I feel like it's even too like it's I don't know like it's not like like just not just focusing on the bad Capricorn. I do feel like that there's a balance where yeah things might suck right now, but they are gonna get better. And I feel like it's just one of those things that is just gonna get easier with time, you know, and with practice and yeah. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Cap. Yeah, I hope that that made sense. But if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this Capricorn because this does feel like that very kind of deep stuff. Like this is the kind of stuff you sit down and that might be something too. The Three of Cups, you know, could be a card. It's Mercury in Cancer. You know, communicating your feelings. This could be meeting up with maybe a couple friends or some people that you trust and just kind of talking about maybe these sort of bigger life things and how others may be kind of processing all the change because we're all going through something. Cap, bet, and it's yeah, and you know we all deal with it differently. You know, and it's that might be something too, just a need of just some other perspectives maybe to come in. But yeah, share that, and then have all you Queen of Coins subscribe, hit that bell button, you get notified when I release videos each week. And I'm on this meditation app Insight Timer, and I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. It's just a group to post positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. Then as it grows, I'm going to start doing different guided meditations and posting healing music. You could schedule them like different groups. I was thinking doing like one like Lunar shenanigans with the moon or Change 101 with the death card, something like that, Cap. So definitely check that out. And then lastly, if you had any Cancer in your place, since we were talking about Cancer all day, check your Sun, Moon, Rising, and then, well, yeah, do that. But if you have any Cancer in your place, let me get myself together. Come on over to the Charity and Friends, Cap. I do just come over anyway. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We absolutely discuss lunar shenanigans. I said this is like the third time I've said this. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and especially when it's Pisces. Especially when it's Pisces. And all that housekeeping, down in the description box below. Let me get your surprise cards here, Cap, so I can get you out of here. And you got the Seven of Coins in reverse here. And I kind of feel like with this energy, Cap, that it's being mindful of how deeply we may be investing our energies into just more of the kind of, like just getting stuck in like the melancholy, in the depression and things along those lines, especially if we feel that like life hasn't been going our way or that we've been stuck in a cycle or something along those lines. Because I feel that it's not just happening to you just to keep you down or make you feel low or anything along those lines. It really is Saturn trying to strengthen you because what you could bring, you know, could be world changing. And I know, and I listen again. I know I can be. It may sound like I can be over exaggerated, but why not, Cap? You know, like we're all meant to bring something here. So, you know, excuse me. And then you're changing the world. It doesn't matter how big or how small it is. It could be talking with someone, sharing a resource that you did going through this thing, and then you help someone else out who they may, if you're not trying to be like in that sort of limelight, then maybe they will. You know, like. Who knows what that may look like, Capricorn? Look at that. And then you got the experience card in reverse, Cap. And that's what I feel like is happening. You're like accumulating these experiences. And it's taking that, because you are a wise sign, Capricorn. It's, and you know what? That is something that, it's, you really are, you do kind of share that, like just thinking like how we can learn from our opposite signs. We do have that in common where we do learn from experience, Capricorn. I mean, we all do, but it is more so that like, because we're the parents, you know, Cancer and Capricorn, and and I feel like it's hard sometimes, even you know, you think about your parents, you know, to say that they're, you know, they're just kind of figure it out as they go. They can share what they've experienced, but I feel like that's what we're all doing. We're all accumulating this experience to pass this stuff down. Now that's Queen of Coins at her finest there. That's so I see. So you see, like you can even take something where when it even felt like life cut you down, you can pass that along so you can be that uplifting voice for someone else when they're going through those darker times, Cap, and then may help even move their process along. And in a sense where that may not heal, that may not have, we wish maybe that this situation wouldn't have happened, but at least you knew that that something beautiful can come from that, because you can find beauty even in the darkest of places. And I feel like the darker you go, when you know what I mean within reason, like, or it's like there's just deep beauty there, Capricorn. I really hope that makes sense, because man, that's really nice, So I am gonna leave that there, Cap. But you stay safe out there, thinking about all these big, all these life things, these philosophical things that you're, and I mean, and kind of embrace that as it makes sense, Cap, because you're in a very spiritual energy right now for the next 3 years, and even after this goes, it's not like the energy goes away, but it gives you, while you're really kind of steeped in it right now, be in it, and raise your vibration to the roof. So that's a lot to think about. These changes and stuff, and life throws, and especially being Saturn rules. Saturn can be a bit of a hard ass, but he knows that you can make the world happen. He knows what you can accomplish and what kind of things you can bring. So bet you chances are you're gonna bring it, Cap. So I'm excited, but you stay safe. Oh wait, I'm about to have deja vu, Cap, and I will catch you. Let me get out of here on the next one. Jeez, later.